Under the shining London sky, inside the roaring Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the crowd witnessed a moment that could define the Cleveland Browns' future. It wasn't just another regular NFL game, it was the beginning of a new chapter. The Minnesota Vikings clashed with the Cleveland Browns in the third international game of the 2025 season, and though the Vikings secured a hard-fought win, the story that stole every headline wasn't about the scoreboard. It was about a rookie quarterback, Dillon Gabriel, making his first NFL start, and about his head coach, Kevin Stefanski, who couldn't help but be enchanted by what he saw. Before kickoff, the Browns' decision had already raised eyebrows. Kevin Stefanski made a bold, gutsy move. He benched veteran Joe Flacco, a seasoned quarterback who had been around the league long enough to know every trick in the playbook. Instead, he handed the reins to a young, inexperienced rookie, Dillon Gabriel. Critics called it reckless, fans called it risky, but Stefanski called it necessary. And when the game began, that risk started to look like a masterstroke. Dillon Gabriel stepped into the spotlight like he was born for it. He took control of the offense with calm precision, showing poise far beyond his years. Every throw, every decision, every read seemed deliberate and sharp. By the time the game ended, Gabriel had thrown for 190 yards and 2 touchdowns, without a single turnover. No interceptions, no costly mistakes, just pure disciplined football. It wasn't perfection, but for a debut, it was as close as it gets. Kevin Stefanski, standing on the sidelines, couldn't hide his admiration. After the game, when the cameras and microphones surrounded him, his words carried both pride and hope. For a young player in that environment, against that defense, to take care of the ball and make the plays he did, I thought there were a lot of positives, Stefanski said, his voice filled with the kind of excitement that hinted at something bigger brewing in Cleveland. He knew there were things to clean up, but he also knew he might have just found his quarterback of the future. While the scoreboard read differently, Stefanski didn't care much for the loss. What mattered was the spark he saw in Gabriel, the same spark that could reignite Cleveland's offense, the same spark that might shift the Browns' entire direction this season. His mentality is to keep improving week in and week out, Stefanski added, confident that this young man's hunger to grow could be the key to everything the Browns have been missing. For the fans watching, the transformation was clear. The Browns finally looked confident again. Their offense moved with rhythm and purpose. And for the first time in weeks, they protected the football. Over the previous 4 weeks, Cleveland had been haunted by turnovers, 8 in total. But with Gabriel under center, that ghost disappeared. Not a single giveaway. It was clean, smart, and efficient football. One of the game's biggest moments came in the third quarter when Dillon Gabriel connected with tight end David Njoku for a touchdown that gave the Browns a 17-14 lead. The crowd erupted, and for a brief electric moment, it felt like a new era was being born. That pass didn't just add points, it sent a message. Dillon Gabriel was here, and he was ready to lead. Meanwhile, across the league, as Gabriel's name began trending, another name started fading quietly into the background, Shedeur Sanders. Once the headline maker, once the center of every NFL rookie conversation, Shedeur suddenly found himself overshadowed by Gabriel's breakout. Kevin Stefanski's fascination, his so-called enchantment, wasn't just about a good performance, it was about discovering something the Browns had been desperate for: stability, leadership, and composure at quarterback. Now the Cleveland Browns move forward with renewed belief. Their next test, a fierce divisional clash against the Pittsburgh Steelers. It will be Dillon Gabriel's second start, another chance to prove that this wasn't a one-game wonder, but the start of something special. The Browns' offense now belongs to him, and with every snap, he's slowly becoming the cornerstone that Cleveland has been searching for. As for Kevin Stefanski, he's made it clear, there's no turning back. Dillon Gabriel has earned his trust, and that's something every young quarterback dreams of. The road ahead won't be easy, but with the way Gabriel carries himself, the Browns might finally have found the leader they've been waiting for. In the end, this game was more than just a chapter in the NFL season. It was a statement. Dillon Gabriel didn't just step into a role. He stepped into the spotlight, took control of the moment, and left fans wondering if the Browns' future had just begun in London.